So it was about 2 years ago when I did a video, a news video for the Ming 1801 H41 when it was released. I tried to buy one, but because of Ming's purchase process, I was not able to snag one, and resale on the watches skyrocketed as soon as they were available, up to around $5,000 to $7,000. That was just way too much money for that watch, and I refused to buy one. However, recently, for one reason or another, Ming prices have fallen, and I was able to snag a brand new H41 1801 Ming, the 1,000-meter dive watch that I fell in love with about 2 years ago, for under retail. And I'm super excited about it. I'm gonna flip the camera. I'm gonna show you guys my new Ming. So very recently in a video that I was doing where I was talking about Ming, I said that I would own a Ming very soon, or I would want to have a Ming in my collection very soon. Ironically, I didn't know how soon that would be. And here it is. I actually purchased one just recently, and it just came yesterday. I'm super excited about this watch for a few different reasons. It's an H41 1801, so it is the dive watch, 1,000 meters. It's made out of grade 5 titanium. When I first saw this watch, I absolutely fell in love, and I knew it would had to be my first Ming, so here we are. This is a new watch that was actually bought on the secondary market. We'll talk about price towards the end of the video. So this comes with the watch case. This is the watch in here. There was the bracelet in here. I actually switched it off the Jean Rousseau rubber strap, which I have to say is pretty awesome. This is a really nice rubber strap. It looks like a leather strap, but it is a rubber strap. It is beautiful. The bracelet came in this pouch, and then of course here is the watch. Now I don't know, and I don't remember, and I can't really find that much information on if the bracelet was an upcharge on this specific watch, because I know they introduced the bracelet at the same time they introduced this watch, and you were able to use this bracelet across many of their watches. Unfortunately, I don't remember if that was actually an upcharge. I know that it cost like $500 or $700 to buy it outside of this watch. I don't know if it came with it. If anybody does know the answer, please put that comment down below. Now, this is in all grade 5 titanium. So the bracelet, the case, and the bezel, the crown, the case back, all grade 5 titanium. This is powered by an ETA movement, not a Sellita movement. So this is the ETA 2824. It is modified by H41. I don't believe they do much modification for this watch, for this movement, but it is, I guess, and that's what they say. You don't get to see it from the back. Obviously, it is a 1,000-meter dive watch. You do get sort of a PVD coated back. It's filled with PVD coating, I think, and it has some markings on it, obviously the spec sheet, but I think they put this for grip, so it grips to your wrist or a rubber suit, which makes a lot of sense. Obviously, you get quick release on the bracelet. The bracelet isn't the best, but it is super comfortable. We'll get back to the bracelet in just a few minutes. Now, I did mention that this is a dive watch. You do get 1,000 meters of water resistance, and I have to say, for the thickness, that is a lot of water resistance. You really don't need 1,000 meters of water resistance, but they did it, and I think they do it because obviously they want to just say they're able to do it, I guess. I don't know. But you get a screwed-in crown and a screwed-in case back. The screwed-in crown is pretty awesome because you unscrew the crown and you see that little red on the side there when you unscrew the crown. That is to let you know that the crown is unscrewed. So if you are going to go swimming and you look down and you see that red, obviously you know that you need to screw in your crown. So that's a really nice feature. Obviously, it looks like a Ming. I've said this about Ming in other videos that I've done. Ming have their own design DNA. You have that crab case, so you have those crab lugs on here, a very short lug to lug. Even though this is a 40mm watch, it definitely wears like a 39mm watch. Even though it's thicker, it still wears a little bit smaller than a 40mm watch, I would say. But obviously you can see you have polishing, brushing. It's finished very nicely. It's not the best finished watch you've ever seen, but for the price point, I think they do a very good job, especially since this is grade 5 titanium, which is, you know, hard to finish. But you do get a DLC bezel on here. That's probably one of my concerns about this watch as well, just because it is rounded, and this is something that can scratch very easily. If you use the bezel a lot, and I mean a lot, you would have to use it a lot for the PVD coating to wear off, but that is something that is maybe a little bit concerning for some, maybe not for me because I won't wear this as often as I probably should because I have so many watches in my collection. Now, what they did with the bezel though, it is a 60 click bezel. It is DLC coded. It sounds good. It's a little hard to grip because there is no grooves on the bezel whatsoever. And that is really a design choice. As you can see, it almost is flush with the case. It looks really good though. And since I'm not a diver, I really don't care. But I think if you were a diver, this would be something that you would be concerned about. So using this with gloves on, it might be a little bit difficult. But what they did do is they loomed the bezel. The bezel is loomed really well. This is high serum loom. It is filled with loom, so it is actually carved out and then filled with loom. So there's tons of loom in the bezel. And they do the same with the dial. So the dial is, there's a dial, it's like 2 layers of this dial, and the bottom portion is sort of black matte, and then the upper portion, really the hour track, is, I believe, a piece of sapphire. I could not find the exact material. However, it does say glossy black on their website. I'm not sure because it does not come off that way, but it is also, again, filled with the same loom, and it is really bright. The hands are Ming hands, obviously very distinctive Ming hands. However, I don't like these as much as their modern hands that they've been using, where they skeletonize them a little bit and they cover the entire hand with loom. I think that looks awesome. One thing I do love about this watch is that you do get a running seconds right there. Big lollipop. I think that looks great, obviously. And when you look at this watch from above, from the side, immediately you know this is a Ming. It's very distinctive. So let's do quick measurements. As I mentioned, this is a 40 millimeter watch. It's basically 40 millimeters spot on, as you can see. And then the thickness on here for a 1,000 meter dive watch, under 13 millimeters thick. That's including the dome sapphire crystal. It's very slightly domed, but it is slightly domed, that's it. And then a very short lug to lug of just over 45 millimeters. And they put a nice big crown on here, and it is 6.8 millimeters. So really nice, very, very nice. And of course, the bracelet folds directly down. Obviously, you have straight links that are curved on here, so it does not mold to the case. I wish they made the option for you to switch this to something that would mold to the case. I think that would look a lot better, but the bracelet is very nicely finished. You get screwed links, which is great. It is brushed, and it's basically the same upside down or right side up. It doesn't make a difference. And it's a multi-link bracelet, which feels beautiful. Double deployant. I'm not a huge fan of this double deployant. It's not that bad, but it does stick a little bit. Also, it has a little fold over area, which I think for aesthetics makes sense, but in practical use, not that great. Also, it's a little bit different finishing on the actual buckle links here, which is odd, but it's not terrible. It doesn't, it's not very, very noticeable. And then you have half links. There's one half link here. I already took one out on this side, but that was really it. The only other thing I would say is, and you can see it's sticking right now. Only thing I would say at this price point, they should have put some sort of on-the-fly micro adjust. Other brands can do it, even in bracelets that have butterfly clasps. I would expect something like this from Ming because they're so, I don't know, ahead of the curve. They're ahead of the curve with, dial designs and engineering and all this other stuff. They're doing pretty incredible stuff with loom and all this other cool stuff. They could have done a little bit more with the bracelet. But that being said, it is very, very comfortable. Now, this did retail for around $3,700 when it first came out. I paid $3,300 on eBay. It went through the authenticity process, so that was included in the price as well. So that's pretty awesome. Right now, I think they're doing it for watches that cost over $3,000, and it comes free. If it's under $3,000, you have to pay for it. Let me show you the watch that I have on my wrist because I really want to show you a loom shot of this watch. I am very excited about it, but I have another really cool watch and another watch that I actually got this week as well. This is a Heuer. This is the 510-501. A little bit of vintage watch purchase that I made this week, and it is incredible. Another great price. I got this on Whatnot. I'm going to be doing a video about this very, very soon. It is sick. It's just a sick watch in great condition, working condition. I'm really excited about it. But very quickly, here is the Ming 1801 on my 7.5 inch wrist. You can see it's a 40 millimeter watch. It wears like a 40 millimeter watch, maybe a 39 millimeter watch. It's super comfortable, very light. The bracelet is very comfortable. And when on wrist, it looks really good. The bracelet looks really good. It fits to the case very nicely, but not perfectly, but it is molded, slightly to the case, so it does look good. Very good looking watch. I really was excited about this watch when it first came out. I obviously missed it. Actually missed it. I never even got the chance to buy it. I think I went on and it was impossible for me to even buy one. But I'm glad that I'm able to get one. I'm glad that I actually got it for a discount. Anyway, I'll throw up pictures of it on the bracelet and on the strap so you guys can see what it looks like on the supplied Jean Rousseau strap as well. Anyway, very quickly, a lume shot. The lume on this is incredible, so stay tuned. So I don't know if anybody has done this yet, but I want to do a comparison of the lume from Ming versus Zelos. Now I know there's a huge price difference between the two, but lume-wise, I do think that Ming will give Zelos a run for their money. This is insane. They do a really good job. And not only that, I have noticed even when it is not charged, and I've worn this watch, when I'm just going to sleep and I have the watch on, and before I take it off, like I don't sleep with the watch, but I have it on my wrist, I notice that it's glowing, that I can see the watch. Not only that, I could see the time. The bezel is lumed, and also that hour track. It glows. I have not really noticed that with any other watch except for maybe Zelos. Maybe there's a couple of Seiko, but this is insane. And not only that, it lasts. There will be no, deterioration of the brightness of this lume at all for quite some time. It's very, very good. It's insanely liberally applied. And that is because of the material that they're using. It's superluminova, but it's mixed with ceramic, I believe, and they fill it. It's some sort of process that they use. All I know is that the lume is insane. They just released another watch. I think it was the 3707, which has some special lume. I was going to buy that watch and I decided not to. I think I will get in on their next watch if they come out with anything that is sports related. And if they come out with another diver, I will get that watch because I love this watch so much. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I really do think this is one of the coolest sort of out of the norm divers that you can buy. I really like what they did. It is just cool. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog, all one word. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.